everybody, Sean Milburn here with Milburn Motorsports once again today. We're here at Fontana Raceway. Joining me is my brother Daniel Milburn. He's going to be driving the RSX today. So his next session is coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes. He's going to start getting in the car. How did it feel on the first session?
It was, it was pretty good. I mean, it's definitely different driving on a speedway. Super interesting feeling. It's just like driving a race car. The infield, I will say here, it really feels kind of like an autocross sort of thing. There's lots of cones and you kind of got to find the track. But other than that, I mean, it's a fun track, and I'm looking forward to racing on it.
So he's going to go ahead and get on the track very soon here. I'm going to be filming with GoPro from outside the car. There's one in the car, so you guys will see that practice footage very soon of what he's able to do in this thing so far, and see if we need to make any adjustments to it. So that'll be shortly. So over there, Josh Lean is getting set up in his BMW E46. He runs in the sportsman class, so he's going to be part of our competition today. We have the Go Gear crew over here once again. They're getting set up. Their drivers are getting suited up to get in the cars. Over here is Red Panther Motorsport. Rob Harper in his BMW, big single turbo, makes like 550 horsepower, pretty awesome car, as well as Rito Bowman in his very, very tricked out GLI. And over here we have TNI Racing, so this is Brad Austin in his Mazda Miata MX-5. This thing's very quick. That was who I was racing against in the Vegas race that you guys all saw. Super fun race, so we'll see how Danny does against him today. Mark McManus in his IS300, he'll be in the touring class. Alright, so we're going to check out Danny's second session out on this track. I didn't want to do the first one because it was just kind of him going around the track, learning it. You can see as we're coming onto the oval, we're actually in 6th gear already, and we're going to top out. That's just the drawback of the RSX for this track, is it's not geared for the speedway speeds. We can go about 125 miles an hour, which is 7 to 10 miles an hour less than the competition. Which puts us at a pretty significant disadvantage. But the good thing about that is we can get up to 125 really fast. So there is a trade-off there, and it's just something we're going to have to deal with for this weekend, because this is the only time we're going to be running Fontana for this year's season. You can see Danny's behind Rob Harper here in the GT class. Rob was having some issues with his car, some power steering issues, and I believe some boost issues. He's still trying to get that car figured out. It's a crazy powerful car, so he'll have that sorted eventually. You can see he's just gone now, so whatever issue he was having, maybe he's kind of resolved it. Looks like it's a lot in the cornering. Look at this corner here, so you can see the lockup on the brakes there. There's cold tires in the morning. Sends them out wide. That decreasing radius turn is really tricky. It's kind of like the one in Vegas right before the main straight. That chicane is basically not a chicane anymore, which I don't know why they would design the track that way. I mean, it looks like they could have put a nice chicane in there, but instead they just paved it to a flat line. Nice corner there. Kind of an unnecessary downshift, over-revving the car a little bit, but still trying to figure out how to sort everything. Back on the oval, you can just see how fast the car tops out. We don't want to be all the way up as high as we can be in the RPMs, because that's just going to hurt the motor at that point. It's really, really not worth it. So we had it as high as we could be without doing any serious damage for future events, because we need it to last the entire season and then some. Coming up on Michael McCulligan here. Everybody's just practicing, so giving each other room, nice spacing. Michael's going to go ahead and let Danny by here. Nice little double apex corner there, onto another straightaway. This track is just repetitive with the hairpin straight. Hairpin straight seems to be the trend going on here. Flying into this decreasing radius turn. Very tricky to find, misses it again, but he'll figure it out eventually. So this track actually, I believe, is the last time we'll be able to run at this place, because they're taking it down. They're going to be making a new track here, but I believe it's just going to be a short oval track for NASCAR style stuff. I don't think they're going to have an infield anymore, which is kind of a shame, because if they were able to make another infield, then they could really do something awesome with this track. I really like the concept of going off the oval onto the infield. It's adds more dynamic to it, and it's actually pretty fun. This practice session is going to be coming to an end shortly here, so we're going to go ahead and move on. So that practice session went pretty well for Danny. It is his first time at this track. It's a few people's first time at this track here, so everybody's kind of getting to know it on this first day. Race is going to be tomorrow. So far in the practices, the sportsman field looks really close. Close enough to where we're probably going to have a pretty good race on our hands. Danny's got like a second to find. If he can find another second around the track, I think we'll be in good shape. And it'll be a really competitive race between the top 4 cars. Alright, so we're here at the scales. We're going to weigh the RSX. This is the scales for the US Touring cars. And these are all of the weights that each car needs to be in each class, depending on their horsepower. So the RSX needs to be 2895 in order to be weighed correctly. So we currently weigh 2995 exactly. So 29.95. So that means that we have 100 pounds too much in the car. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can pull some weight out of it then. So we'll do that shortly. Alright, so now this thing's all set up for qualifying. We went to the scales, we were about 100 pounds overweight, so we're gonna go back on the scales with the racing rims and tires, and then we're gonna see how much overweight we are now, and then we're gonna pull some weight out of the car if we can manage to do so. Give us a bit more of an edge. We gotta be right on the threshold of our power to weight if we're gonna try and do well today. Nice. Right there, right there. And 2970. Okay, so we still have a ways to go. We can 2970, so 30 pounds. About. That's what I'm saying. These NKs make a huge difference. RPF 1s are the way to go. Go ahead and pull it off. Now we're headed into the qualifying session. You can see Ali is timing for Danny, so now he can get off the line here. He gets an out lap, so a warm-up lap around the track. He can get the tires and the brakes heated up. As soon as he's finished with this lap is his hot lap. So he gets 1 lap to qualify. We're doing single car qualifying this time around, just to try it out and see how it goes. We have the time to do it, and it's actually kind of cool. So we're going to get to the hot lap. Here we are. He's coming around the last corner. Going to be headed onto the main straight, which is the oval. get it, the faster he can get it into 6th gear here, the better of a start he'll have. So the quicker he can get up to that 125 miles an hour, the faster his lap will be. Has to take some of his foot out of it on the oval to manage the motor. Pretty decent braking. Gets a nice turn. Little deep. Manages to recover it. Lost a little momentum there. So there's a couple tenths. Probably could have improved on, but since you only get one warm-up lap, the tires probably still aren't exactly as hot as they need to be on the racing slicks. We have to qualify on our racing slicks. That was a good corner, so that was well done. Hopefully he can do the rest of them without any mistakes. A little bit of a coasting there, so keeping your foot on the gas might have gotten a few tenths less. But he didn't blow that corner that time like in the practices, so that's really good. That makes up for it. Go into the chicane. Nothing wrong here. Gets on the power. Car seems to be working pretty good. A little bumpy through here. And overall, that was a pretty decent qualifying lap. But the competition's stiff, so we'll see if that's good enough. I believe it was a 1:56 overall time. And he was beat out by half of a second by Brad Austin, so it was close. So it seems like that time was good enough to place in the 2nd row of the sportsman class. So he did a 56 flat, a 156 flat here. Very good time. He got beat out by Michael McCulligan by 0.3 seconds and by Brad Austin by 0.5. So Brad and Michael are going to be on pole for this race. Danny's going to be on the 2nd line, but we'll see how the horsepower does off the line. Hopefully it's not going to be too big of an issue. Everybody's running about the same mile per hour around the oval, so it should be all fair there, and it's just going to be about the infield game. All right, so we got some of the cars for the GT class and the ST class. This is Victor in his Audi R8. This thing's pretty badass. I mean, who doesn't like a supercar, a race car? Look at that. Sounds real nice. Back here we have Rob Harper. He's in his big turbo Beamer. This thing makes like 550 to the wheels. This is a GT car. His exhaust is actually under the diffuser in there. It's really sick. Rito Bowman. Always sounding great. Most tricked out GLI you've ever seen right there. Art Narcissian filling in for Mike. He's going to be in the Super Toy class in this BMW M3. The E46 M3 is just one of the best track cars ever. It really is. We'll see how he does in this thing. This car actually won in 2017. So this is going to be a really close qualifying. I can already feel it. On their hot laps now. Gotta make them count. They get one lap. the time was?
1:51.3.
Dang, that's fast. So it looks like the fight in Super Touring is going to be super close. Everybody's within 2 seconds of each other. So that's going to be fun to watch. You know, it's always fun to drive, but this time I'll get to watch all the action. There's going to be so much close racing in each class. And I'll have all of that to film for you. Danny's going to have the GoPros in his car. I'll have this GoPro with me. It's going to be a good day tomorrow. We have 2 more practice sessions to go. For now, today is over. So, I'm going to wrap it up here for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll continue on with the practice. So I could continue on with the practice, or I could just start editing the race footage for you guys to see. It's up to you if you want to see more practice, see what happened on day 2 practice. I'll go ahead and throw that in there. There's plenty more stuff, so I'll probably make another video on it. Hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like if you did, leave a comment letting me know if there's anything you'd like to see changed or any type of content you'd like to see. I'm always open to creating new things. Just let me know. You can find more information on the US Touring Cars at USTCC.com. This has been Sean Milburn with Milburn Motorsports. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next video.